Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hello, hello. Just thought I'd see who's around. Allergies are acting up today. Fun. See who comes in. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Just kind of working on editing some videos while I'm waiting to see if anybody is coming. Hey, Jules! Isn't it cute? I thought it was pretty cute. Had to put that up. That's a lovebird. And obviously a kitten. Lovebirds are pretty cool too. My aunt used to have lovebirds. Did she? Again? She did not. Did she? Well, I know that she had just finished being live. I don't see her live. Nope, she's not live. That live was one that just ended. Scared me. Ooh! I saw a blue jay eat a gecko this morning. That's disgusting. I think it is notifications because she was actually on for nearly half an hour before anybody but David 2010 was in there. I didn't see her right away. A lot of people didn't see her right away. About half an hour in is when people started showing up, which is kind of unusual. So I think it is notifications. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, she was on for like 2.5 hours this morning. She'll probably go on the flip side at some point before tonight. Got an allergy headache this morning, and it's cold again. Hey, Junkernecker, hello, how are you? It is so cold. 39 degrees, and with the wind chill, it's 31. Blah. Yeah, I don't depend on notifications usually anymore. I just kind of, if I know that typically somebody is on at a certain time every day, I usually start checking for them and don't rely on the notifications. Hey, Eric. Got a new puppy last Saturday. Aw, what kind of dog is it? I took something for my headache, so hopefully it'll start helping. I can feel the pressure in my face. I had so much fun yesterday. And then, of course, I did some more like specific research on my hairless hamster, and I actually learned some new things, and I was like, dang it, how come I didn't know this stuff for the stream? But now I have new information for next time. Hey, David. She's the same dog as my other one. What's your other one? I don't know if I remember if I was told or and I forgot, or I don't know. We got a corgi Saturday for my daughter's Easter. She gets along with. Aww, corgis are adorable. They're feisty, but they're adorable. She's half puggle, half beagle. That's what a puggle is half pug, half beagle. If she's half puggle, half beagle, then she would be like a quarter pug, a quarter beagle, or like 3/4 beagle and a quarter pug. So if you have a puggle, then she's just half beagle, half pug, which are cute dogs. Probably not. It depends on how busy it gets. A beagle's bark is really cute, but that also can get really old really fast. We had puggles, and we've had like half beagles, and like we had a Cavalier King Charles / beagle. And when they really want attention, when they're babies, oh my gosh, I was like, I want to move you to another room, because I was starting to get a headache because the puppy would not shut up. And I can't just pay attention to her while I'm doing my work, but she would not be quiet. As long as she saw me, she was like, got that beagle bark and howl down, and oh my gosh. It gets old after a while, but it is cute. And wouldn't it just figure, guys, that about half an hour to an hour after the stream yesterday, I couldn't show you any of the hermit crabs during the stream, but a half an hour to an hour after the stream, my female hermit crab came out. She unburied herself and surfaced. Naturally. But I did record her, so I'm going to put a video up of her later today. Because she came out. I was like, really? Really? Now? Not then? Now? Apparently she was camera shy. But she was buried exactly where I thought she was when I said that there were a couple of hermit crabs buried in that one corner. That's exactly where she came out. Because I saw the hole. And she's buried again. She was out last night, but this morning she's gone again, so. The others are still buried. And then all the green beans that were in the fish tank are gone. The snails have eaten them all. They're all gone. So, yeah, they were hungry. Remy's been pretty quiet this morning. The finch is talking up a storm. And surprisingly, my dog is not acting sick. I literally got none of my birthday pizza. My son and my husband do not like mushrooms, and my husband doesn't like tomatoes. So on my pizza, he ordered 2 pizzas, one that they could share and one for me. And mine was still a large. I was like, a large pizza just for me. And it had mushrooms and tomatoes on it, along with the other stuff. I didn't get a single slice. Not one. Not even a piece of mushroom, not even a piece of tomato. I got none. And you'll never guess why. I had to actually eat the leftovers of the other pizza that they didn't eat after the stream. But, yep, no birthday pizza for me. I was so sad. But the pizza box was sitting on the stovetop. And we usually have to push things back as far as they can go on the counter or on the stove because of Brinley. She'll try and get what's up there. So I don't know if the fact that if it was pushed all the way back and it didn't matter or what, but she managed to pull the liner out of the box of the pizza. The box was still on the stove, but the front of the box was pulled down and the liner was pulled out. The pizza apparently hit the floor and she ate the whole thing. The whole thing. When I went in there to eat, my pizza was completely gone and there were just a few pieces of toppings left on the floor that had fallen off. And she was finishing that up. I was like, oh my Lord. She was so bloated. I mean, good Lord, she ate a large pizza. I was like, she is going to be so sick. But you know what? So far, so good. She even ate her own food this morning, but she's still bloated. The whole dang thing. I looked up all the toppings on the pizza to make sure that nothing that she ate was toxic to her. The only thing that could make a difference, besides the fact that she ate the whole thing and could make her sick, is that the crust had garlic butter on it, and garlic is toxic to dogs, but it has to be in a fairly large dose in order for that to matter. So, but she's acting fine. She's not even acting like she doesn't feel good. But she's bloated for sure. So I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on her and whatever. But yeah, she totally just chowed down on my entire pizza. I didn't get any of it. Hey, Mrs. Green Thumb. Jules scared me. Jules is here, and I just came live, and then she goes, MGT is live, and I'm like, what? No away because you had just finished, and that was just what she saw was your other one. And I guess she got the notification like super late. But yeah, hi Shadow. She's rubbing all over me. You're muffling me with your body. Yeah. I love that picture. Lovebird and a kitty. Another indication that enemies, natural enemies, could get along. Hey, Doughboy. I'm looking forward to seeing the bell you make today. It's killing me, this new information I have about the Syrian, about my hamster. And I gotta sit on it until the next stream. Oh my gosh. Yes. Cat's on my shoulder like a parrot right now. Can you get off? Can you please get off? She's not gonna get off. But yeah, now I've got this new information and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got new information. And apparently when I was painting something, when I was crafting, when I was painting something purple, apparently Shadow got too close to something that I painted when it was wet because she's got purple paint on her ear. Purple paint on her ear. Yes, you do. Did you rub up on something I painted? Huh? Did ya? Yes. Yeah, I thankfully have never had mono. Thank goodness. I don't even wanna know what it's like. But apparently it's not good. You're in my way and I can't see. Don't argue. Meow. Yes, you're supposed to be live on Nana's channel tonight, making a bell at 7. Did you forget? Yes, it is the 16th. You guys were talking about doing the 16th at 7. She's been promoting you. She even double checked with your mother to make sure that the date was correct. Better start picking through your wardrobe. That's funny. Isn't it cute? I was looking for an appropriate picture to put up, and I just thought that was really cute. It acknowledges that it's Thursday, and it's just super cute. Hey, Big Ben, how are you? It's been a very long time. Been a very long time. Finch is talking in the background. Remy's pretty quiet this morning. Remy! I'm live. Don't you know this? Maybe he's starting to learn his manners. Haha. Did you? Okay. I will check. That was probably what the notification was. Sad? Why are you sad, Ben? Okay, Jules. Make sure to keep getting enough rest, though. Let's see. Oh, yes. What a cutie pie. That is a puggle for sure. Oh, cute, cute, cute. Cute little baby. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Bella. I actually, while Mrs. Green Thumb was streaming, I found out that one of my Facebook friends, who I used to talk to a lot, and she ran a Facebook group or whatever, but I had talked to her a lot. She passed away yesterday. Just found that out. She passed away yesterday, and her husband is fighting for his life in the hospital with that virus. So, not good, not good. A lot of people that knew her on Facebook are really upset because she was a very, very nice lady. And we are praying for her husband as well, since, I'm sure at this point, besides the fact that he's fighting with this virus in the hospital, that he also knows what happened to his wife. Super, super sad. He was 88 years old. It's not a bad age. Yeah, everything that's kind of high-pitched, the Finch will react to. Except for that, for some reason. Hello! Nope, he's selective. Meet me. There we go. Yep. Meet. There we go. Okay, we're having a conversation. Yep. You have thousands of Finches? I had 3. I had 1, then I had 3, and now I've got 1 again. I'll have to get him a little friend. He was a lot more talkative when he had someone to talk to. Now, every now and then, he'll just react to the noises around him and chirp. Oh, cool. There are so many different kinds of Finches. He is the most common and the cheapest, the zebra finch. At the pet store where I work, we also have society finches. They're fairly cheap too, but they're really pretty. I wouldn't mind getting one of those. And then there are a couple that we have at work that we've had for a good while because they're expensive. There's a blueberry finch we have, and then we have a pair of fire finches. Really, really pretty. Zebra finches at where I work I got him for $15, but I was getting $5 off. So typically $20. Society finches where I work are $25. The blueberry finch that we have is $150. And then the fire finches for the pair, they're asking $300 for. Which is why we still have them, because that's a lot of money for a finch for a bird that you don't really get to interact with. Like, I can understand it for a parrot, some sort of parrot, but for a finch, that is a lot of money, but it's a more rare color, so they're expensive. But we have a pair that we've had for months. A fire finch is really, really pretty, and then a blueberry finch that's really pretty. He's blue, and then he's got red cheeks. The fire finches are all red. And they don't want to split the fire finches up, so to get both of them, it's like $300. I would love to get the blueberry finch and the fire finches, just because, there's actually a guy, we had 2 blueberry finches, and a guy had come in and bought one of them. And he does that. He's done that. I think he's bought fire finches in the past and stuff, but he basically, he really enjoys finches, and he basically is collecting the different breeds of them. Or the different varieties of them. So he got one of the blueberries. I think he's already got the fire. He's got a society. He's got zebra. But he's like collecting the different varieties, which I think is really cool. I hope this headache goes away. It feels like it's getting worse before it gets better. I took something, but stupid allergy headache. They can live about 2 to 5 years. There have been reports of them living longer with really, really good care. But typically up to 5 years for a finch. Hey, Bruce! Oh, we got the dog trying to chase the cat. Leave her alone. Nope, you stop. It's fun listening, doing no work and eating. I bet it is. I enjoyed it this morning, though. I just wish that I would have known about it sooner, and I wouldn't have waited till half an hour later to come in. But I also, I think, learned something about my finches and why I lost the 2 females. They do live in groups, but apparently either same-sex groups or a pair are better. But if you put a male with 2 females or a female with 2 males or whatever and have an odd number, they compete, and I think that's what happened. I did have like a nesting box in there just in case, since male and female, but the females, I think, were competing for him and ended up killing each other. I think that is what happened, because they both died the same day, and that's unusual, and I was really upset about that. But I think I looked up some stuff, and I think that is what happened, because it said, yes, you can keep them in groups for sure, they're social, but I think part of my mistake was also having the nesting box in there, they're going to want to nest, but having the nesting box in there with 2 females and a male promoted their competition. So that was my bad, and I should have known that before I put them in there, before I put that nesting box in there. So that was my bad. So if I do get another finch, it's either going to be one female for him, or it's going to be another male. Sometimes being a pet owner is trial and error. Ideally, you should do as much research beforehand as possible so that you don't have to make these trial and error mistakes, because it's not really fair to them. But hey, I'm human and I made a mistake, and I will gladly say, well, not gladly, but I will admit that I do make animal mistakes. So maybe if it doesn't want to give a notification, we would at least see a community post or something. I don't know. I know it's hard to schedule them like you do with your special guests, because sometimes you are you just do it spontaneously. So it's hard to. I don't schedule mine either because they're spontaneous. Yep, mistakes are made by everyone, just like us with our tomatoes, with our tomato planting. Us terrible infidels, we planted them wrong. You infidel! Ooh. Oh, that's my mama. She sent us a box, so we're trying to see. She was like, is it there? And I said, nope. But yeah, she just sent me a picture of the tracking, so. Yep, it's not here yet. It's in Illinois. There will be a test later. Hey, I should test you guys on all the information that I gave yesterday. Animal test. Were you listening? How you doing, Bruce? Okay, let's see. For anybody that was at last night's stream, how long do hermit crabs live? Ding. Yes, she was listening. What about in captivity? Yes, 30 years in the wild. What about captivity? Yep, sometimes in a lot of cases too, and 1 year is actually generous. There are a lot of people that will lose their hermit crabs after a couple of months. As you know, at like fairs and stuff, they'd have like for those games, they'll have prizes like the goldfish in the bowls. You know, get the little ping pong ball in the bowl and you win a goldfish. They're starting to do that with hermit crabs, and that breaks my heart. So like they're capturing all of these hermit crabs in the wild and using them as fair prizes, and people don't know how to take care of them. My ex-husband took the kids to the street fair last year, and a couple of the kids won hermit crabs. So they brought these hermit crabs home, and they lost them, and they died in 2 months because they didn't have deep enough substrate. They didn't have a heater. They didn't have the humidity. They suffocated, and not having enough substrate, which is, one thing I mentioned yesterday, that you need to have deep substrate so that they can bury themselves. If that doesn't occur, they can't molt. And if they can't molt, it's stifling their growth, and that's going to kill them too. So they have to have enough substrate. They didn't have enough. They didn't have the humidity, so it ended up killing them in a couple of months. Definitely with proper care, they can live a lot longer. There is a girl on YouTube who, she's a pretty big YouTuber, and she's got a couple of hermit crabs that are about 10 years old. So she's had them. They're probably a little older than 10 years old, but she's had them for 10 years. So she knows how to take care of them properly, and I got a lot of my information actually from her. But yeah, a lot of people have no idea how to take care of them, and they end up suffering for it. And I cringe every time I even go to work and I see the painted shells hanging from the hooks. And, whenever somebody is buying a hermit crab when I'm at work, I'm like, don't do this, don't get this, avoid this, do this instead. And they're like, oh, okay. Like they're just following, what other people say. And this shell looks pretty. And, the hermit crab doesn't care how pretty they look. They just want to be functional and healthy. So yeah, and that was why I, got the 2 that I got from work, because the hermit crabs there, they do have a heat lamp, but it's more of a dry heat because they don't keep the substrate moist enough. And it's not deep enough. None of them, if they want to molt while they're at the store, they can't. The substrate isn't even an inch deep. And we usually have about 10 hermit crabs in there, and it's a 10-gallon tank, and that's too small. So everything about the setup drives me batty. And one of the crabs that I brought home was in a shell that it was too small. They didn't have enough shells in there for moving in and out, and he was in a shell that he couldn't even pull himself all the way in. He tried, but he couldn't pull himself all the way into his shell. It was too small. And literally in an hour, I brought him home. I bought him and I brought him home, and literally within an hour of me putting him in my enclosure, he changed shells, which was one of the small shells I showed you last night, was one of the shells that he was in. And now he's in a ginormous shell. I think he picked a shell that was slightly too big for himself. But now when he pulls himself in, you can't even see him. And it's really cool watching them shop for shells. They will walk over to the shells. They'll turn them over and over with their legs and their claws. They feel the whole thing, look at it, feel it, turn it all around all sides before they choose. And if they don't like it, they move on to another shell. But it's really cool watching them shop for a shell. Hey, Mr. J, how are you doing? Good. Excuse me. Trying to think of something else to talk about. Let's see. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday. It's hard to keep track of what day is what anymore. Every day is the same. Hey, Sakuna! I'm actually going to take a trip over to where I work today to get some essentials. The hamster needs more bedding and more food. I'm going to get some more food for Remy. And I think even though we don't necessarily need dog food yet, my husband said after he's off work, he'll meet me over there and we'll get more food for the dogs and the cats, just so that we don't have to worry about it later. So we're getting a few essentials later today from the store. Oh, good. Hey, Sheila. You're off today and tomorrow. Yay! Oh, Sakuna, you're working? Ooh. Yeah, the store where I work is open to the public again. In spite of the stay-at-home order still in place, they reopened to the public, and it drives me crazy. So, yeah, at this point, we are going to go in and get what we need, but I refuse to work. And we are actually going to do what we're supposed to, go and get what we need and leave. We're not going to browse around or anything. Bella actually needs a harness because she kind of outgrew her other one. She got a little fat. So my husband was like, we got to bring Bella so that we can fit her for a harness. And I said, we're just going to have to take a chance on the size because we won't be able to bring her in during this crazy time. They're not allowing personal pets in the store like they normally would. So I was like, we can't bring her in to fit her for a harness. We're going to have to chance that it's going to fit and try it on her when we get home. And if it doesn't fit, we'll have to return it. But we can't take her in to fit her for it. So what's everybody up to today? I know Sheila's relaxing. Cat keeps walking on my shoulders. Who told you were a parrot? 'Cause you're not. Plus you're standing on my hair. Oh my gosh, this allergy headache and the pressure, it's making my teeth throb. I hate that. I might get off of here in 15 minutes just to try and get rid of this headache. I didn't think it was going to get this bad before I went live. Or when I went live. It's deciding to get worse before it gets better. I rewatched the stream last night too. I was like, I gotta look to see how ridiculous I looked. And I know I heard what you were talking about with how the sound got funny on you, where I sounded like I was far away or like in a tin can or something. I heard that, and it wasn't how I was holding the phone or whatever, because I noticed, when it was doing it, and I was like, huh. So that's what she was talking about, and I don't know why. I don't know why it was doing that. I usually have rats on my shoulders, not my cat. She's just literally sitting on the back of my neck right now. Maybe while we're out, I should get a webcam too, an external webcam, because I hate that I can't use a webcam on this laptop. That's why I'm doing it with OBS, because the webcam in the laptop does not work. Don't know why. The light will come on to say it's in use, but it just is black. It doesn't want to work. So I need an external one. Because I used to do normal live streams where you'd see me. Everybody's so quiet. Ugh, I got a sore throat too. Sore throats are awful. I hate sore throats. I hate the sore throats you get when they're bad enough when you swallow and it hurts your ears. Ugh. At that point, I usually have to like plug my ears to swallow, and then it doesn't hurt quite as bad. I hate sore throats. Maybe I should make some more coffee. Maybe I need more caffeine. Caffeine. Because again, with my husband around, he brews the coffee and he only brews enough for 1 cup for each of us. He's happy with his 1 cup. When he's not around, I brew enough for like 2 or 3 cups for myself. And he just brews enough for 1. Maybe I'm having a withdrawal too. I need more. I need more coffee. Are you having fun sitting up there? Is it comfy? Huh? I'm gonna have to watch that kitten of mine, Sage. She was apparently, I was like, so far the tomato plants are safe from the cats. They're not bothering them. And my husband said, Sage was up there the other day and she was like playing with one of them. She wasn't chewing on it or anything, but she was kind of batting at it. She was leaving a lot of them alone, but there was one in particular that for some reason drew her attention and she was batting at it. And I'm like, well, as long as she doesn't break it, she's touching it. I guess. She's giving it its touching needs. But if she didn't break it or anything, it still looks good. You just have to keep an eye on her that she doesn't destroy them when they've got her attention. I don't know what drew her attention to this particular one. I need to find me some spider plant seeds. I found some seeds on Amazon for aloe vera. I found some seeds for the sensitivity plants, but I have not found seeds for spider plants. Just on Amazon, just the actual plant, and they're expensive. I don't want to spend that much. I'd rather spend just a few dollars on seeds as opposed to like $20 plus for the plant. Bella's doing good. Bella is awesome. It's her birthday next week. She'll be 5 years old on the 21st. Actually, the 21st is a shared quote-unquote birthday because Bella will turn 5 and Remy will be 11 months because his first birthday is May 21st. But yeah, maybe that's one other thing I should grab at the pet store while we're there today, is grab her like a birthday cookie or something that she can have next week. A little birthday cookie. It is cold here again today. We had snow yesterday. Luckily, nothing stayed on the ground. But it came down pretty good for a little while. It's 41 degrees right now, but it feels like 33. Blah. Blah, blah, blah. And I guarantee you that everybody's flowers and plants that are blooming outside already are like, what is going on? Because I got a neighbor with some really pretty daffodils, and I don't know, those daffodils are gonna be like crap. We came out too early. Meep meep. Oh, I love doing that every once in a while. It's just making the Finch go crazy. Meep meep. 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 Meep meep. Meep. Ah, gee. This is how I entertain myself when I'm home by myself. Meep meep. 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 Oh, boy. Talk to the Finch. Yes! Me, me, me. And it's funny, when I replay any of my videos that he's chirping in the background, he hears himself and he'll respond to his own chirps. Every time I replay a video where he's chirping, he answers himself. Yeah. I hate when that I love spring, but I love spring and I love fall, but when it gets the pollen levels all jumping around like crazy, oh my gosh. And when those little cotton poofs start floating around in the air, that's going to drive me crazy too. Yes, Misha, she did. She ate my entire pizza, which was large. She ate the whole thing. I didn't even get a mushroom. The whole thing gone. Poof. And she's not sick. She's not acting sick. She's bloated, but she's not sick. She even ate her breakfast this morning. I don't understand. She is a bottomless pit. She's got an iron stomach. Yep, I walked into the kitchen after the stream so that I could eat my dinner, and no more pizza. All gone. I said to my husband, was that pizza on the oven mine? And he kind of looked at me funny because obviously if there was a pizza there and I looked at it, I would have known by the toppings. He's looking at me funny like, yeah. And I'm like, well, the box is empty. It's gone. Oh, jeez. Yeah, she hasn't even thrown up. Like, seriously. She's very, very firm. If I feel her belly, she's like very, very firm. But, so she needs to, I'm surprised she ate this morning, honestly. But I was expecting a mess in her kennel this morning. I thought she's going to have diarrhea or she's going to have vomited. Nothing. Nothing. And then when she heard me scoop out her food this morning, she got all excited. And I'm like, really? How are you not like on your deathbed right now? She might have heartburn. Maybe. Maybe, although she's gotten into my hot Cheetos before, and the hotness of those do not bother her. I thought for sure when she got into my hot Cheetos once and there was like, she ate like half the bag, I thought she'd be drinking up all the water in her bowl. Nope. I swear, iron stomach, nothing bothers her. Oh. She's an American Bulldog mix. She's half American Bulldog, half Staffordshire Terrier, she's half American Bulldog, a quarter Staffordshire Terrier, and a quarter German Shepherd. But she looks more like a American Bulldog because that's mostly what she is. Her mother was half American Bulldog, half German Shepherd. And her dad was half American Bulldog and half Staffordshire Terrier. She looks more like her dad. Her mom had German Shepherd hair. But all of the puppies looked like their dad in the way of coat and stuff like that. They were all different colors, but because he was white, and obviously she's not white. But she was the only one that was all over brindle. Yep, hot Cheetos. She eats anything. Anything. Staffordshire Terrier. No! A lot of people say she's a pit when they look at her. Oh, she's such a beautiful pit. I'm like, she's not a pit. Not a pit. She may look like a pit, but she's not a pit. But Staffordshire Terrier is lumped in with pit bulls. Hey, Rachel. Yeah, they're kind of lumped in as a aggressive breed. Even though they're not. It's how they're raised. My brother-in-law's parents had a Staffordshire Terrier, and he wouldn't hurt a fly. His name was Felon, but he wouldn't hurt a fly. Oh my gosh, this headache is starting to make me nauseous. I might end this live stream already, guys. This headache is really, woo! Might lay down and put something cold on my head. Okay, I'm getting you the tea, but you're making me suffer. That's funny. Hey, John. Mine has to do with my allergies, but there's like besides the pressure in my head, there's like a sharp headache going on. And when it gets too bad and throbbing, it starts to make me nauseous. I did have a cup of coffee. Yep, I got my water bottle. Got my water right here. The cat is on my back again. Really? You make water drinking really hard, too. Can you get down? Oh, it's my allergies, Misha. I have the seasonal allergies where I get a lot of sinus headaches and sinus pressure. It's that time of year. Something on the Barbie. I should tell my husband we're naming our barbecue Barbie. Go start Barbie. Hey, Lewis, how are you doing? I actually didn't really have a headache yesterday, so that was good. And if I did, it wasn't bad, because I didn't take anything. Oh no! That's sad. I'm sorry, Lewis. Aw, poor kitty. On Good Friday, too. Aww. Mrs. Green Thumb knows how to cook. Nana taught her. He was very sick. Was he old, Lewis? Her other personality taught her how to cook. Shadow, you gotta move. She's like, nope, not going nowhere. Alright, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up so I can take care of this headache. Kinda feeling icky right now. I already took something for it too. I might have to like take something else too. Take something else, lay down, cold thing on my head, and hopefully it'll go away. Yep, that always works. Alright guys, well I am gonna go ahead and wrap it up and try and get rid of this headache. Oh, so he was not that old. That's sad. Aww. Alright. I am gonna wrap it up, and I hate to do that with 9 people in here, but yeah, I'm kind of feeling icky now. This headache is making me nauseous, so I'm gonna do what I can to get rid of this headache. And probably staring at the computer screen right now is not wise. So, hope everybody has a great day, and I will talk with you later. Bye, guys.